There's a Texas inventor in Vancouver who wants to sell you a car, except for the moment he has none to sell you. But if a team of BC promoters has its way, the car, called the XR, will be built at a plant in either Vernon or Kelowna. It'll be a tremendous economic shot in the arm to either Okanagan community. 300 new jobs will be created. But more than that, it will be the realization of a dream for the car's inventor, Ed Ramirez. The 53-year-old Ramirez has been threatened, dragged through court, and beaten so badly he can only walk short distances, all because of fears that his car might succeed where others like it have failed. Bob Chamberlain reports.
This car cost $9 million to make. It's one of a kind. But the inventor hopes there will be more of them, and a BC group wants to build it here in a plant in the Okanagan. It's called the XR. It was conceived in Texas, designed in Italy, and it's come to Canada in search of a home. And the radical approach doesn't stop with the car's design.
Let the factory be the showroom, let it be the sales, repair, and maintenance area, all in one unit. Cut out the middleman so that the purchaser is buying his car direct from the factory at factory price.
American automakers don't like it because it's electric. There have been electric cars before, but they all had problems. The XR has power. It can do more than 100 miles an hour. And with a fuel cell, its range is 300 miles. The design is user-friendly. Battery water levels are maintained through small valves where the gas tank would be. And it recharges in about 10 minutes plugged into any 220-volt outlet and under the front license plate.
Same thing that happened to the vacuum tube manufacturers, Sylvania, Westinghouse, RCA, all of the companies that were making vacuum tubes. When transistors came out, none of them wanted to change over. The change was drastic and massive. Of course, they learned their lesson. The transistor technology took over. In 13 months, that industry was totally decimated. I think the automobile industry looks at this as the same type of itch, and they're really not interested in scratching it.
The BC promoters hope to have the car in full production within 18 months. There are plans for a 4-door model and a small pickup, and they should be able to put you into one of these little beauties for about $12,000.
Think of it, a car that can operate at less than 1 cent a mile. Doesn't need a catalytic converter for exhaust fumes. There's no exhaust. To refuel, you just plug it into the nearest electric power outlet. This isn't a prediction of things to come. The XR1, the world's first electric-powered car, is expected to be coming off the assembly line by June 1990. And that assembly line is going to be right here in BC.
This is the XR1, the computerized, all-electric answer to the problems of air pollution and the price of gas. It can cruise at 50 miles an hour with a top speed of close to 100. This is the second prototype. A top battalion designer was commissioned to come up with a wide, low-slung and elegant design. But the big story is under the hood. Amictran, a Texas company, developed the prototype. The body is acrylic reinforced Kevlar, the stuff used for bulletproof vests. The electric motor requires minimal maintenance.
It's not a disposable car. This is a car that you can have for a number of years. In fact, the only maintenance that's required on the motor is every 8 to 16 years. So you've got a long time between motor tune-ups.
Work on the project began in 1976. It cost Ramirez $3 million.
Most people don't realize that electric motors are incredible. You put the proper motor in to do the proper job. You don't skimp on the quality that you put into the car, and that motor will last indefinitely. You treat it well.
And this is where it's going to happen, Campbell River. In June, construction begins on an assembly plant, and a production run of 10,000 cars will begin next year. They'll sell for about $18,000 each. But why Campbell River?
The simple answer is that I went after it. Anything that would generate 500 jobs in a community is certainly worth trying to obtain.
Campbell River was chosen because it offered cheap industrial land and deep-sea access to the Pacific Rim. It'll be the first of 10 Canadian assembly plants. North America's auto industry has not been eager to see the XR1 succeed.
Certainly we're not making a lot of friends, not in the automobile industry anyway. The public is ready for the car, but the automobile industry is not quite ready for it.
Ready or not, here comes the XR1.